Welcome to Reality with Helencan, a channel where reality meets wisdom. Today, I will be sharing marital experiences with you that I strongly believe you need to know before you wear that wedding ring. I once met a young couple whose love story reminded me of many marriages. It begins with excitement, dreams, and beautiful promises, but little preparation for the journey ahead. They were newly married, bright smiles, matching outfits, and big plans. They believed love alone was enough, and that is where their story begins. You see, marriage does not truly start at the altar. It starts the morning after the marriage, when emotions settle, routines begin, and reality gently knocks. The young husband believed marriage meant provision. The man believed, if I work hard and bring money home, everything else will fall into place. The young wife believed marriage meant affection and would say, if he loves me and understands me, every challenge will be easy. My question is that that's a common thought. Both were sincere, but both were wrong. It makes all of not because their ideas were bad, but because they were incomplete. Marriage is not built on one pillar. It stands on many supports. In the first few months, everything seemed perfect, but slowly, small cracks appeared.
The husband came home tired and silent. The wife felt ignored and unappreciated. No shouting, no insults, just silence from like loud enemy intended. The wife sat alone and asked herself, did I marry the wrong person? And somewhere else, the husband wondered, why does she no longer smile at me like before? Trust me, dear, this is where many marriages begin to drift, not because of hatred, but because of misunderstanding.
Let me pause here to speak to you, new couple. Marriage is not about winning arguments. It is about understanding hearts. So that your spouse is not your opponent. They are your partner.
The couple in the story I was talking about did not lack love. They lacked communication.
They assumed instead of asking. They concluded instead of clarifying. And assumptions are dangerous bricks to build a marriage with. Let me continue with the story. One day, they finally talked, not to argue, but to listen. And the husband said to his wife, I thought providing was enough. The wife said to her husband, I thought love meant constant attention. Though that conversation did not fix everything, but it opened a door.
Note, you see, marriage grows when couples learn something powerful.
Love must be expressed in a language your spouse understands. What feels like love to you may feel like neglect to your partner. Another lesson came when challenges arrived, such as financial pressure, family opinions, unmet expectations. They discovered that marriage is not tested in moments of joy, but in seasons of strain. New couples, listen carefully. Hard times do not mean your marriage is failing. They mean your marriage is being trained. This couple learned patience. They learned forgiveness. Forgiveness, not because one person was always right, but because peace is more valuable than pride. They learned that apologies are not admissions of weakness. They are investments in unity.
And slowly, something changed. They stopped asking, what am I getting from this marriage?
And started asking, what am I contributing to this marriage? Marriage thrives when both partners become students of each other, learning moods, fears, strengths.
Let me give you this advice, dear newlyweds. Do not compare your marriage to others. Comparison steals contentment.
Do not involve outsiders too quickly. Some issues need prayer, patience, and private conversation. Try and laugh together, pray together, eat together, talk, especially when you don't feel like it. The couple learned and grew, not perfect, but wiser. They realized marriage is not about constant happiness. It is about consistent commitment. And today, when they look back, they don't boast of perfection. They speak of growth.
Their story teaches us this truth.
Marriage is not sustained by romance alone, but by respect, understanding, humility, and shared purpose. So if you are newly married or preparing for marriage, remember this. Choose patience over anger. Choose dialogue over silence. Choose unity over ego. Marriage is a journey. Walk it hand in hand, not as two perfect people, but as two willing hearts. And that, my friend, is how strong marriages are built by intention and not by perfection. Marriage is not held together by feelings alone, but by daily choices to listen, to forgive, to grow, and to stay. If this message spoke to your heart, then you are not here by mistake. Someone needs your healing. Someone needs your wisdom. Someone needs the reality you are learning. This is Reality with Helencan, where love meets truth, where marriage meets wisdom, where real life meets real solutions, and where reality meets wisdom.
Do not just watch or reflect. Be kind to apply this wisdom, and your marriage will be united and stronger.
But do not walk this journey alone. Subscribe to Reality with Helencan. Like this video to support reality and wisdom-driven content. Share this video and drop a comment below on what lesson touched you most. Because strong marriages are not found, they are built. See you in the next reality talk. Bye.